Okay, this is embarrassing. Welcome back to Era Miniatures. Remember last month when I said I wasn't going to buy anything, well, any miniatures, in the month of June? Yeah, that didn't go so well. Unfortunately, I have a whole list of things that I bought, and we're going to rate them on the level of guilt. Let's begin. So the first item were these little quilts. They're actually half quilts, so they flip them over and there's another design on the back. This was something that has been in my cart for about a month before I decided to buy them, and the only reason I decided to buy these was because I just couldn't find any other quilts at an affordable price, and the price that was on these was pretty good. So okay, so for level of guilt, I don't feel that bad about it. Plus, it was still kind of in the time frame. My cutoff date was the Kansas City Miniature Show, which if you haven't seen my video, I do have a video on the miniature show as well. So I was still at the Kansas City Miniature Show when I bought these, so I don't feel that bad about that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say my guilt is at about a 2. I don't feel bad about that. So while I was at the Kansas City Miniature Show, I realized I did not buy any furniture from it at all. And part of the reason was I just didn't find any that I liked or was a good value for me. I felt bad that I didn't buy any furniture. Why? I don't know. So I went on eBay and accidentally may have ordered a few pieces of furniture. And this was the first thing that I ordered, and I got this one because I've never seen anything like this before. Now I realize it's from Town Square Miniatures, so there's probably tons of these out there, but I just didn't know that at the time. So this is a set of Barrister bookcases, which I thought was super, super cute. So on a scale of 1 to 10, guilt level is still pretty low. I'd say about a 3, only because they were a little pricey. This next item, I don't have the whole set right here because the other piece was buried in one of my cases, but I'm just going to show you this piece. This is a set from Handcraft Designs. It's a vintage set. I believe it came out in 1980, and I thought it was super cool. I've never seen anything like this, but this particular one had the whole set, the tub, the sink, the toilet, and not only that, but it also had these little extras, the little toilet roll holder, the little towel holders. This is a little teeny bit bent, but I don't think anybody's gonna care that much. Little soap dish, all of that, and it's heavy. When I got this box, I said, what did I order? Because it weighed so much. But this I thought was so adorable. And also, oh, I just realized where these knobs go. Anyways, also for this one, first of all, I'd never seen this before, and the first one I saw was listed at $175 for the set, and I said, I'm not paying that much for it, but I'll make them an offer. So I made them an offer. They didn't accept it, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy this. I'm going to wait until another set comes along, because I saw that some of these sets had come along and had sold for quite a bit less than what my offer was. And literally, I'm not even joking, the next day, somebody posted this whole complete set with all the extra pieces, and it was way, way less than what I had offered. And of course, I had to buy that. Come on. So my guilt level on this is about a 0, because this was, if I bought nothing else, this would have been it. So yeah, very, very cute. And I would show you the other piece, but it is going to be showing up very soon in a scene that I'm making. So if you haven't seen my scenes, they are on YouTube and Instagram. Okay, this little set, I'm only showing you the chair. You guys have all seen Victorian furniture sets, I'm sure, billions of them probably. It's a little bit dirty, it's a little bit used, but it's gold, and I really liked the color of it, and I didn't really notice how kind of used it was online. And it came with the chair, the couch, a coffee table, an end table, and maybe there were 2 chairs, I'm not sure. But anyways, I liked the color. When I got it, it's okay. You know, it's gonna probably have dolls sitting on it anyways. You're not gonna really be looking at the back of the chairs. It's fine, but for the price I paid, honestly felt a little bit bad about this one. So on a 1 to 10, I'd say my level of guilt's about a 7. But I also do not have any Victorian furniture yet. So this was my first Victorian living room set. So in that case, you know, that's why I bought it. But yeah, felt a little bit bad about that one. Okay, here's just a small little piece. This is just a little clothes drying rack. And I bought this because I did a laundry scene, and I actually posted the laundry scene before I even received this in the mail. So it kind of was pointless, but it was literally like $3. So I did not feel bad about this one at all. Guilt was a 0. It was that was one of my rules. I can purchase something small if it's for the scene that I'm currently working on. So even though I didn't use it in that particular scene, I will definitely use it in the future in a similar type of scene. So not feeling too bad about this one. Okay, so this isn't kind of an interesting purchase. This one was influenced by the lovely Diana Duke. If you saw my video from Kansas City Miniatures, you know that I went to visit her and see all of her lovely room boxes. And this was something in one of the room boxes. I said, where in the world did you get this? And it's literally like a kid's toy. Look how cute that is. It lights up, there's music, and it was very cheap. So I just thought it was adorable. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is definitely like a 2. It was not expensive at all. Okay. So because I had bought those Handcraft Designs bathroom accessories, I went online to search if there were any other Handcraft Designs items, because I really liked that bathroom. It was very unique. And you know me and my fondness for miniature fireplaces. So this is what I found from Handcraft Designs. It was not expensive. Do not feel bad at all that I bought it. Absolutely beautiful. I guess if we're rating on a scale from 1 to 10, that would probably be about like a 2. And while I was shopping for that, from that particular seller, I also found this little piece, which I don't think it's Best Pack. No, it's from Pearl. I don't know what store that is. It's got a price tag on it. And the price tag says $24. I actually paid less than that. But I just thought this was a very useful kind of just a solid piece, like a classic piece. And for the price, I just couldn't pass it up. And I was already spending a little bit of money for the fireplace, so why not, right? And from that same seller, I found this little orchid. It is a clay orchid, and it looks so lifelike. I just could not even believe it, and it was only $6. So I absolutely had to grab that too. So cute. Okay, most of these pieces are from eBay, in case you were wondering where to find them. I saw this little dresser and I had put it in my cart, and then the seller gave me an awesome discount, and it was so cheap I just couldn't resist. It just seems like a very classic piece. I liked the color of the unfinished wood, so I might finish it. I might just finish it with a top coat on this wood. I'm not sure. This is a classics piece, and for the price, I just couldn't pass it up. So on a scale of 1 to 10, also probably like a 3. I didn't technically need it, but it's so hard to pass up when you find a really good deal. So this is another piece that I'm going to be using in the very near future in one of my miniature scenes. It is a baby bathtub. I think this is also from Loving Family Toys, which is the same as the changing table. And the baby I already had, so I just put him in here for show. But the bathtub was only $3, and I'm going to be using it, so zero guilt for this one. And since I'm also going to be doing a nursery scene soon, I happened to see this lovely little crib. I thought this was super cute. Now it needs to be attached. There's some little things you gotta mess with it and screw them all in. I have not done that yet. It also does have the side that goes up and down, so I thought that was really cute. And I like the white crib to go with my white. I have a white changing table and a white dresser as well, so I thought this would look really nice with that. And also going to be an upcoming scene. So level of guilt, I probably didn't need this right now. So level of guilt's a little higher, maybe a 4 or a 5, but it's still very cute, and I can't really say that I regret it. Okay, so recently I've learned about a brand called Rement, and from what I understand, most of the time they are 1/6 scale, which is a Barbie scale. I primarily do 1/12 scale, but these particular items were so adorable, and I'm not going to mention names, but I saw it on somebody else's page. So I had to grab this while I could. I believe these are vintage type items. I don't know, I guess maybe they still make some of them, but it seems like they make some for a little while and then they stop making them. So sometimes the items are actually really hard to come by. But look how cute this is. And it's definitely 1/6 scale. It is way too big for my babies, but it's a little baby bottle. Oh, here. And it's got the little lid. Oops. And then this little container of cotton tips, Q-tips, cotton swabs, whatever. There's a little container of baby wipes, and it even opens. We got the container of formula, which is a pretty large container of formula. So if you didn't know that it was 1/6 scale, you definitely know now. There's a little baby oil, which I feel the baby oil could probably still be used because they do have really big bottles of baby oil. And then also the main reason I got this was the diapers. Here's a container of diapers, and inside all these diapers come out. Look how stinky cute this is. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so you understand now why I had to get this. But anyways, level of guilt on this, because it ended up being pretty much all 1/6 scale, is kind of high, honestly, but it's so cute. I'd say I'm probably at a 7 on this one. This probably was not the best idea, but I absolutely love it, and honestly it makes me happy, so you know what, too bad. The last two things I'm going to show you were not from eBay. So every once in a while I order from a lady, and her page on Facebook is called Moonlighting. She makes clay food, and it is unreal. Actually, it's very real. It's very realistic looking, and that's why I always have to buy it. And I actually already have a similar one to this, but this was the only one left, because the way that she does her drops is she'll make a bunch of stuff, and then on a specific day she'll let everybody know a couple days ahead of time, hey, you know, this is the time that I'm going to open up shop, and literally within like 4 minutes everything is sold out. So this particular time I really wanted something with the figs on it, and she happened to have this last little charcuterie board left. So adorable, and every time I see it, it makes me hungry, but it is so cute. I absolutely love this. Level of guilt on that is at a 0, because I absolutely love her work, and it is one of a kind pieces of art, so I don't ever feel bad about that. And my last thing, okay, so this was not an impulse purchase whatsoever. I've literally been waiting and waiting for this. If you've seen my Tom Bishop show video, you know that I was absolutely obsessed with Mini Fanabaria. So I've been waiting for her to open her website to be able to purchase some things, and finally it happened. And I did not go crazy. I just want you to know I was very judicial in my approach to this. But there was a few things I needed for my mini kitchen, and one of those is some mini knives. So stinking cute and realistic. I absolutely love these. These are the best knives I've seen so far. I also got a little coffee container, a little bag of coffee with the beans, the whole bean coffee. Like seriously, this is adorable. And probably my favorite thing that I bought this time is this little K-cup holder. If you have a Keurig, you know, gotta have something to put all your K-cups in, and the K-cups actually come out. They actually feel like real K-cups too, which is very odd. The level of detail and realism in this woman's items are just next level. They really are. So if you have not checked out Mini Fanabaria yet, I will put a link in the description so you can go check them out. And then the last little thing that I did get from eBay is these little turned candlesticks. These are my favorite type of candlesticks. They look so detailed and realistic, and I just happened to see a listing for 2 of them for almost the same price that I paid for one of them, and of course I had to snatch those up. So these ones have a little bit shorter of a candle than the one that I already had. So I have 3 of these now, and I'm super excited. I absolutely love these things. They go well with the colonial, with the Victorian, even with modern stuff. Like they're just such a classic style, I feel. Okay, so those were my mistakes for the month of June. Let me know what you think. Was it worth it? And be on the lookout for the next scene. It should be coming out in the next day or two. Thanks for watching.